Nestled amidst the breathtaking Himalayan peaks, Pahalgam, a jewel of Kashmir, has long been a sanctuary for those seeking solace in nature's embrace. Its name, meaning shepherd's village, evokes images of tranquil meadows, gushing rivers, and the gentle tinkling of bells as flocks graze peacefully. The air, usually thick with the scent of pine and fresh earth, was, on that fateful day, rent by the deafening blasts of terror, forever etching a scar on the valley's soul. 15th August 2025, India's Independence Day dawned bright and festive in Pahalgam. The air buzzed with excitement, children's laughter echoed in the streets, and the tricolour fluttered proudly, a symbol of hope and unity. Yet, unknown to the unsuspecting residents and tourists, a sinister plot was about to unfold, casting a dark shadow over the celebrations and shattering the serenity of the valley. As the day unfolded, a group of heavily armed terrorists, their hearts filled with hate and their minds consumed by a perverse ideology, descended upon Pahalgam, their sights set on unleashing chaos and carnage. Their target, a bustling marketplace, the heart of the town, where locals and tourists mingled freely, unaware of the impending doom. The tranquility of the day was about to be ripped apart, replaced by the deafening roar of explosions and the piercing cries of the innocent. This is the story of the Pahalgam Terror Attack of 2025, a stark reminder of the vulnerability of peace in the face of fanaticism and the enduring spirit of humanity that refuses to be cowed by terror. The seeds of the Pahalgam attack were sown in the fertile ground of hatred, nurtured by a twisted ideology that viewed violence as the only path to achieving its objectives. Intelligence reports in the weeks leading up to the attack had hinted at increased activity along the border, suggesting a possible infiltration attempt. Security forces were put on high alert, checkpoints were reinforced, and patrols were intensified. However, the terrorists, masters of deception and exploiting the dense forests that blanketed the region, managed to slip through the security cordon, their movements shrouded in secrecy. Their objective, however, remained unknown, a chilling testament to their meticulous planning and unwavering commitment to their cause. Despite the heightened security, an undercurrent of unease lingered in the air. Locals, accustomed to the rhythms of life in a conflict zone, sensed a shift, a palpable tension that hung heavy over the valley. Yet, life went on. Children went to school, shopkeepers opened their stores, and tourists marveled at the breathtaking beauty that surrounded them, clinging to the hope that the shadow of violence would spare their haven. The intelligence community, working tirelessly to connect the dots and decipher the enemy's plans, remained unaware of the true scale and scope of the impending attack. They knew something was brewing, but the when, where, and how remained elusive, leaving them in a race against time, a race they were destined to lose. The weeks leading up to the 15th of August were punctuated by a series of seemingly unrelated events, each a piece of a puzzle that would only become clear in retrospect. Intercepted communications, though heavily coded, spoke of a spectacular operation planned to coincide with India's Independence Day celebrations. The chatter was dismissed by some as routine bravado, a desperate attempt to sow fear and disrupt the festivities. On the ground, security forces reported increased movement of unidentified individuals in the dense forests surrounding Pahalgam. These individuals, often spotted fleetingly under the cover of darkness, were believed to be part of a larger group that had infiltrated the valley, their intentions shrouded in mystery. The intelligence community, grappling with a deluge of information and misinformation, struggled to separate fact from fiction. The threat was real, they knew, but the target remained elusive. Was it Srinagar, the summer capital, or perhaps a military installation? Every lead seemed to turn into a dead end, fueling a growing sense of unease. Adding to the complexity, the terrorists had chosen their time and location with chilling precision. The Independence Day celebrations, with their relaxed atmosphere and large gatherings, would provide the perfect cover for their nefarious plans. The valley, brimming with tourists from across the country and beyond, would amplify the impact of their actions, sending shockwaves far and wide. Oblivious to the dark clouds gathering on the horizon, Pahalgam basked in the golden glow of a picture-perfect summer. The air was alive with anticipation for the upcoming Independence Day celebrations, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the people who refused to be cowed by the spectre of terrorism that had haunted the valley for far too long. Tourists from across India and the world flocked to the valley, drawn by its breathtaking beauty and the promise of adventure. The streets bustled with activity. The aroma of wazwan, the traditional Kashmiri feast, wafted from homes and restaurants, and the sound of laughter echoed through the streets, a symphony of life that belied the impending tragedy. In the marketplace, the heart of Pahalgam, vendors hawked their wares, their voices a hypnotic melody against the backdrop of traditional Kashmiri music. Shawls, carpets, handicrafts, and dry fruits were displayed in abundance, a riot of colors and textures that captivated the senses. Families strolled hand in hand, their faces etched with joy, their laughter blending with the gentle murmur of the Lidar River flowing nearby. The children, their eyes sparkling with excitement, looked forward to the festivities planned for the next day. Kite-flying competitions, cultural programs, and the hoisting of the tricolour were just some of the events that promised to make Independence Day a memorable occasion. Little did they know that their innocent joy would soon be shattered, replaced by the deafening roar of explosions and the chilling screams of terror. Section 3. The Infiltrators, Ghosts in the Valley. Hidden deep within the dense forests surrounding Pahalgam, the group of terrorists awaited their moment. Their faces, hardened by years of indoctrination, betrayed no emotion. Led by Salim, the group comprised battle-hardened militants. Rashid, the explosives expert, Bilal, the sharpshooter, and young Asif, barely out of his teens. As the sun set, Salim gathered his men. In hushed tones, he outlined the plan. He spoke of martyrdom and striking a blow against the enemy. His words found fertile ground in the hearts of his men. Their target was the marketplace, the heart of Pahalgam. The attack would be swift and brutal. It would send a message of their unwavering commitment. As darkness enveloped the valley, the terrorists prepared to unleash their terror, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the threat of extremism. Section 1. A day of celebration, the hours leading to tragedy. The morning of August 15, 2025, dawned bright and clear over Pahalgam. The air, crisp and cool, carried the scent of pine and the promise of a joyous day. The valley, adorned with the colors of the Indian flag, pulsed with an air of celebration. Children, their faces alight with excitement, ran through the streets, their laughter echoing off the mountains. At the local school, a stage had been erected for the Independence Day program. Children, dressed in their finest attire, practiced their songs and speeches, their voices ringing with patriotic fervor. Teachers, their hearts filled with pride, adjusted costumes and calmed nervous whispers. The air thrummed with anticipation for the day's events. In the marketplace, vendors prepared their stalls, their colorful wares a testament to the valley's rich artistic heritage. Shopkeepers, eager to capitalize on the festive spirit, welcomed tourists with warm smiles and persuasive words. The aroma of freshly brewed kahwa, a traditional Kashmiri tea, mingled with the scent of spices and sweets, creating an intoxicating sensory experience. Unbeknownst to the joyous crowds, high above in the forested slopes, Salim and his men watched, their hearts cold and resolute. They blended seamlessly with the dense foliage, their weapons hidden, their presence a silent, deadly threat. The clock ticked down to their moment of horror, the contrast between the valley's joy and their impending act of violence, as stark as the sunlight and the shadows that played across the mountainside. Section 2. The calm before the storm, a tapestry of life unraveling. As the morning progressed, the marketplace swelled with a vibrant tapestry of humanity. Locals mingled with tourists, their eyes wide with wonder at the valley's breathtaking beauty. Shopkeepers traded jokes and stories, their laughter a testament to the enduring spirit of the Kashmiri people. Families thronged the narrow alleys, their children's excited chatter filling the air. A group of young friends bargained for souvenirs, their laughter echoing through the marketplace. The elderly sipped kahwa in a quiet corner, their wrinkled hands clutching prayer beads. The aroma of kebabs grilling over charcoal fires filled the air, mingling with the sweet scent of freshly baked baklava. Hungry tourists queued patiently at food stalls, eager to sample the local delicacies. The air buzzed with a symphony of languages: Hindi, Urdu, English, and foreign tongues. Life in all its chaotic beauty unfolded at a leisurely pace, each moment a precious thread in the intricate tapestry of existence. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. The idyllic scene was about to be shattered, the tapestry ripped apart by the cold, calculating hands of terror. The terrorists, hidden in plain sight, prepared to unleash their venom, their hearts untouched by the beauty and innocence that surrounded them. At precisely 11:47 a.m., as the sun reached its zenith, the first explosion ripped through the heart of the marketplace. The deafening roar shattered the calm, sending shockwaves through the crowd, transforming laughter into screams. A giant plume of smoke and debris shot skyward, casting a dark pall over the valley. The air, thick with the acrid smell of explosives, crackled with the screams of the injured. The ground, littered with debris and bodies, trembled with the force of the explosion. They were consumed by the inferno, their lives extinguished in a heartbeat. They lay there, stunned and disoriented, struggling to comprehend the sudden horror. The initial explosion, a deafening prelude to the nightmare, was followed by a second blast near the marketplace entrance. The terrorists had planned their attack meticulously, choosing targets to maximize casualties and sow terror. Panic gripped the crowd as the marketplace transformed into chaos. People ran blindly, desperate to escape, their screams echoing through the narrow alleys. Mothers clutched their children, their cries for help lost in the cacophony. The terrorists sprayed the fleeing crowd with bullets, their AK-47s spitting death. Men, women, and children crumpled to the ground, their lifeblood staining the cobblestones. The air, thick with smoke and gunpowder, reverberated with automatic gunfire. Amidst the chaos, acts of extraordinary courage and compassion flickered. Shopkeepers pulled the injured into their shops, offering shelter and comfort. Strangers helped the wounded, their actions a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. But the terrorists remained relentless, their deadly rampage a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. The marketplace lay in ruins, the air thick with the smell of gunpowder and blood. First responders raced against time, evacuating the injured amidst the debris. Ambulances ferried the wounded, their sirens a mournful symphony. Every second counted in the golden hour, where prompt medical attention meant life or death. The Pahalgam attack plunged the nation into grief. Images of the carnage flashed across screens, uniting the country in sorrow and anger. Flags flew at half-mast, and from cities to villages, people struggled to comprehend the tragedy, their spirits unbroken. Global condemnation poured in. World leaders denounced the attack, emphasizing the need for a united front against terrorism. Social media buzzed with hashtags like #PahalgamAttack, as people worldwide expressed condolences and called for peace. The valley buzzed with activity as rescue workers and medical teams tended to the wounded. The government pledged support and financial aid flowed in. Rebuilding was not just about infrastructure, but about mending broken spirits and restoring faith in humanity. Amidst the mourning, a spirit of defiance emerged. Shopkeepers vowed to rebuild, and farmers returned to their fields. Children, their laughter returning, and parents determined to protect them, symbolized the valley's resilience. Fatima, Bashir, and Annika's stories of loss and resilience illustrated the unbreakable human spirit. Fatima found strength in her children, Bashir rebuilt his stall, and Annika continued to paint despite her injury. These stories wove a tapestry of resilience, proving that even in darkness, the human spirit finds a way to heal and rebuild. The Pahalgam attack highlighted the enduring threat of terrorism. Yet, amidst the ruins, stories of courage and compassion emerged. The fight against terrorism is a battle for hearts and minds, requiring global cooperation. The people of Pahalgam showed that the human spirit, tempered by adversity, possesses extraordinary resilience and hope.